Good morning and welcome to Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening Sunday morning service. I'm Reverend Christy Snow and I'm so glad you're here with us this morning. We will continue our online service, but as of next week, we'll be meeting together in person as well, both at 11 a.m. For 2 Sundays that are remaining for March, we'll be meeting at the home of one of our board members, Lisa Lee Morgan. And if you are not familiar with that location, just email us info@awakeningcarolina.org. And then after that, we'll be in Noda near Uptown Charlotte. So thank you so much for joining us virtually and or in person. Who you are and everything about you matters to us. So please reach out to us if we can support you in any way. prayers@awakeningcarolina.org for prayer support and info for any information about us. So I'd like for just a moment for us to look at a couple of other things we have going on. We have want to thank Joanne Havlin for leading the Course in Miracles study group, which is full, by the way. Right out the gate, she had a full class, so full group. So thank you, Joanne, for leading that. I'm sure she'll do it again, probably down the road at some point. So right now that class is full. We have in addition to our gatherings for Sunday service on the 20th and the 27th at Lisa Lee's house, we are also going to have a leadership meeting after the first one, and then a leadership part 2 plus newcomers after the second one. So it's a BYOL, bring your own lunch, and join us for service on the 20th and the 27th. And right after that, we'll have lunch together, and then we will start some brainstorming on how we would like to present ourselves as we come back together in person and launch the new, I started to say chapter last week, and I ended up saying the new book of our incarnation. So join us if you'd like to be involved in the infrastructure of Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening. And if you're online only and you also want to find other ways to be involved, we have those too. So just let us know if that's something that speaks to you. One of our practitioners, as a matter of fact, lives in Winnipeg, Canada, and another lives in the Republic of Georgia. So we have folks that are very involved that are in lots of different places. So we include you as well. The other thing, let's see, we have Course in Miracles Full, in-person, leadership. I guess that's it for right now. So hopefully you'll join us next week in person if you're able, and right here at 11 a.m. if you're not. So I'd like for us to just take a moment and go within and have an opening time of centering together. In this moment, I just focus on my breath. This breath, this moment. I keep my awareness focused on the ever-present nature of God, this power and presence that goes by many names, this one source, eternal, moving through and expressing as all of its creation. I am one with an ever-giving, everlasting love and wisdom, and I tap into this truth right here and right now in this moment, in this breath. I know that with Source, anything is possible, and I'm always with that Source. It's how I live and move and have my being. It's expressing through me as me. And so I release any fear, any resistance, any doubt, any worry, any past patterns that have aligned with anything less than that truth. I surrender into the now moment of perfection, the perfection of spirit. I surrender into it and I allow my life to reflect this true reality. I claim this for myself and for all living beings, this awareness of oneness and the ability to flow freely with life. I am so blessed. We are so blessed. I claim this, I know this, I am this, I allow this, and I expect good and very good in my life. Thank you, God. Thank you. I release the details of this service and of this day, knowing that the one mind and the one heart of the divine is expressing through each of us to create it. And so we just let go and let it be. And so it is.
Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I will be living sanctuary for you. Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be living sanctuary for you. Oh, oh, and I am your sanctuary. I am yours, and sanctuary. I am yours. Oh, I am yours. I am yours. Oh, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, holy. I am tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be living sanctuary for you, for you. Oh, well, and I am your sanctuary. I am yours. Oh, and I am your sanctuary. I am yours, and I am your sanctuary. I am yours. I am yours. I am yours. So prepare me to be your sanctuary. I am pure, I am holy, always tried and true. With thanksgiving, I will be living. I am a living sanctuary for you. With thanksgiving, I will be living sanctuary for you.
Good morning, CCSA community, and all those others who are joining us. My name is Monique, and I'll be your reader for today. I'll be reading from the Science of Mind magazine for March 13th, 2022, which is today. The game of life. You can only become truly accomplished at something you love. Don't make money your goal. Instead, pursue the things you love doing and then do them so well that people can't take their eyes off of you. Maya Angelou. Do not hesitate to enter into the game of life, but do so with a zest and enthusiasm that overflows with life. Fill yourself with the radiance of life, running over with the power and usefulness. Then shall the world see your light. Ernest Holmes' Creative Mind, page 44. There is an inner guidance system that, once installed into your awareness, illuminates the soul and awakens the divine senses of infinite truth. You become aware of your awareness, a soft and subtle exploration of preference and style, the realization of your unique and glorious individuality, seeing yourself in the reflection and powering up the voltage on your inner knower. It is a brave and courageous soul who shares their newfound freedom, the meeting of presence alive in you. You need not convince, justify, or defend the knowing of your light, not to anyone. This is the holy and sacred unity of spirit remembering that you are spirit remembering. Wholeness and oneness are the infinite and eternal embrace. Know the goodness of your own heart. Know the will and determination the divine mind has for your highest expression of the light it shines through you. Only fear dares to hold your light under a bushel, and the only place fear exists in is in the workings of your own mind. But now in your awakening, you can trust that the power and grace that drew you to this moment can draw only from its own being. All that is in you and around you is drawn from this divine substance. Your unique and unrepeatable expression is pure radiance. Let the world see you brightly. Let us see your zest for a life well lit. Please affirm with me. I move through this day with a divine zest and joyful enthusiasm for everything I do. I am uniquely qualified to shine the light of spirit in all I am. Have a wonderful week and see you next time.
Thank you, Monique, for that reading from the Science of Mind magazine. I love this magazine, and I am really enjoying my friend Steph's writing in this this month's daily readings. So check it out. Wholeness and oneness. Let's just reiterate this one part. Wholeness and oneness are the infinite and eternal embrace. Wholeness and oneness. That's the infinite and eternal embrace. Know the goodness of your own heart. Know the goodness of your own heart. And thank you, Laura Berman, for contributing music to today's service. I'm talking about knowing the goodness of our own heart and resting in that and being in that eternal embrace of the moment, of the breath, of life. And Laura's music, as I've mentioned many times, takes me back to that awareness, especially the songs that I've picked today are two of my favorites that she does. And that sanctuary song, right? Making a safe space. We'll talk more about that in a moment. In the Sufi tradition of which I am a part, we have a saying that is dem, wudem, which means this breath, this breath, this breath. Also can be known as this moment, this moment, this moment. And sometimes when we practice together our chanting, our sheikhs will say something like, on the exhale, empty everything out, and on the inhale, awaken to divine presence, to divine truth. On the exhale, we would maybe chant La ilaha, and on the inhale, Il Allah, which just means God, only God, God, only God, divine presence, only divine presence, keeping our awareness on the allness of the divine presence. Excuse me. Keeping our awareness on the allness of divine presence by whatever name that you give it. Dem, udem, udem. Coming back to the breath, back to the moment, back to center, right? I know we talk about this a lot. Why? Well, because it's important. It is so important for so many reasons. And one of those reasons has been coming up a lot lately for folks that I've been talking to. And that is, it is essential to come back to the breath, to come back to the moment, to come back to the truth in the center of awareness. If we are going to purge and continually purge, it's not just once that we do it, to continually purge the old paradigm. And what I mean by the old paradigm is we've all been there. We set out to treat for prosperity and get fired, or the car breaks down, or we claim divine health, energetic, vital health, and get sick, or we declare we're deserving of unconditional love and we get dumped. We've all experienced those things and we're like, stuff doesn't work. What happens is that when we claim and declare and set foot on a new path, for an awakened experience of living, the old paradigm often will argue for its existence, is what we say. meaning it jumps up to try and pull us back down. But don't be confused. I'm not really saying something's against you, because it's not. It's just our old patterns have a tendency to grab hold of us and not let us go. And so when we say the old paradigm is arguing for its existence, that's our opportunity to say, no, you know what? I'm just going to pay attention to whatever's coming up. I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to trust that I can rise above it. That's one of the reasons I love the symbolism of animals, and one creature that comes to mind when I think about rising above the old paradigm is the pelican. Did you know that pelicans have air sacs underneath their skin? That's how they're able to be soaring along, and then they deep dive, grab a fish, and poop, they pop right back up. Those air sacs pop them right back up. Well, we have the air sacs, let's say, of truth present within us that can pop us up above the old paradigm that's saying, you know what, this is never going to work. You're never going to be prosperous. You know what, this is never going to work. You can't shake the genes that you were born with. Turns out you can. Check out Bruce Lipton and the Biology of Belief if you want more on that. The old paradigm sometimes will say, you know what, all the good ones are taken, or you don't deserve to be loved, and you can rise above that as well. You can rise above these old paradigms, but it takes that practice, that coming back to center, coming back to the truth, dem, coming back to the breath that is spirit, coming back. Another reason that we do this, another thing that it does for us, is that it resets us to that allness of God. And another way that I do that, you've just heard one of them. Another one I'm going to we're going to share after the talk, and that is another song that Laura sings. Those two songs are examples of songs that reset me, that take me back. The sanctuary, right? Prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you, sweet spirit. With thanksgiving, living in gratitude, living in love and gratitude, I can be that space, a living sanctuary. What is a sanctuary? It's a safe place. Well, let us start with being a safe space, a safe place for ourselves. Often we are our worst enemy. We are the one that is the meanest to us with our language, with our tapes, with our continual ways that we judge and weigh and find wanting our own selves. So let us be a safe space for ourselves so that we can be a safe space for others. My dad was one of the greatest safe spaces I've ever really known. And I thought about that recently, like even because I was telling someone, you hear that noise? It was a chainsaw in the woods. That makes me feel safe. And they were like, what? Why does a chainsaw make you feel safe? Because as a kid, if I heard the chainsaw, he was out there cutting wood and I would run out to help him, right? He was a safe space. He was a rock. He was a safe space. And hopefully we can all think of at least one person that's been that for us, so that we have that mental equivalent of how important that is for us to be able to be that for those around us. The more that we are that, the more it rubs off, and other people can be that safe space. And it's important also to say when you need a safe space, right? I saw a meme recently, a friend of mine showed me, that said, you were so quiet and strong, I didn't even know you were hurting. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can reach out and share, you know what, I'm struggling right now. I'm hurting, I'm scared, and have folks be there with you. That's what community is about, and that's what we are about, and that's what I want to continually have us build upon. During this time of COVID, I've realized ways that, wow, I wish we'd had a better infrastructure. We had some great things in place when COVID happened. We had a prayer team already in place, and prayer chaplains and practitioner students. But I've learned so much. And that's why I'm excited about these leadership meetings, so we can talk about how can we build even more of a beloved community that reaches out beyond just Charlotte and makes that loving difference in the world, that safe space for people. The world needs that, and we are that. And the other song that I asked Laura if we could share today is one that Craig Benelli wrote, and that is everything that I am. And the song starts out to be, you're listening to it, and the first time I heard it, several times I heard it, I thought, I'm here to be all that I'm here to be, right? And we teach that, like, come into your power and your purpose and your joy and live from that place. Find what makes you come alive and do that, as the saying goes. And so we teach that. And the first few times I heard the song, that's all I thought about really was, everything that I'm here to be, I'm here to share my passion and my purpose and my talents and my gifts. I'm here. Everything that I am, I'm ready to give that and to share that. And that's a beautiful, beautiful, crux of the song, if that were all there was to it. But if you keep listening, it goes into this, I am everything that I am. I am. And then you start hearing that she's saying, I am the I am. I am the I am. I am the I am. So, wow, hold on. You mean that everything that I am, that I'm here to give and be and share, everything that I am is not just about my particular personal traits, talents, gifts, passions, purpose, whatever. No, we're here to everything that I am, that is the I am, the great I am moving through all of life, that is all possibility, all potentiality, all love, all wisdom. I am the I am. I'm here to be that to the best of my ability. So to do that, we have to continually clear out, empty out, purge the old paradigm, continually empty out, stop trying to be all the things that we think of someone else wants us to be, and be our personal representation of the I am. Here to be and cultivate and create and share a safe, loving space to show up and be love. And so when I think about that, one of the tools that's helped me so much over the years is a simple, beautiful little book by Don Miguel Ruiz. He talks about, if you listen to him give lectures or whatever, he talks about becoming a more skilled human being. And one of the most powerful things he shared in his lifetime, in my opinion, is the 4 agreements to help you do that. This will continually help you reset to that awareness of the allness of God and help you purge the old paradigm and continually align with the I am that I am moving through me, moving through you. So the 4 agreements, a little refresher for some, maybe a brand new introduction for others. 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word, number 1. Be impeccable with your word. First time I started studying this, I thought, okay, don't lie. Do what you say you're going to do. But it wasn't until I started studying it deeper and deeper and really looking at how many ways can I be impeccable with my word, or how many ways can I not, that it was then that I realized that I have to be impeccable with my word to myself. If I claim a new direction for myself, let's say in prosperity or health or love or purpose, then are my feet matching my words? Am I congruent? My actions and my words, are they congruent? Am I being impeccable if I say that I am here to radiate peace? Am I being impeccable if I say that I'm here to show up and be the love? Am I being impeccable by being that? Which takes me back to, I'm not going to let you forget it, we're doing the complaint-free challenge again. We're doing the complaint-free challenge again. I think I'm on day 4. Last week I was on day 2, if that tells you anything. I'm a work in progress. I've had some opportunities to reset the beginning of this year so far, but that's okay because I'm living in gratitude for the ability and the awareness to reset. So the complaint-free challenge is you go 21 days consecutively without complaining. If you complain on day 3, you start over at day 1. And so immediately people start looking for the loopholes. Well, I mean, is it a complaint to say? Is it a complaint? You know the difference. One is you can state an obvious fact without being emotionally charged by that fact and saying it should be different, right? So we can also claim a new direction for ourselves and for the world without complaining. It's a challenge sometimes, but we can do it. So anyway, that being impeccable with your word, that's a tool that I've always found helps me be impeccable with my word, because when I'm focused on gratitude and I'm focused on being love and being joy and radiating peace and not complaining about every single thing, it is much easier for me to be in alignment, to be congruent, my actions and my words, to be impeccable with my word. Number one. Number two, don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. I remember years ago when I was performing, I have several really good examples that come to mind when I think of this one. I'm sure we all do, but years and years ago, I had this one gig that was my rent. It was the one I've counted on. If anything else happened, then I got extra money, but I had to have that one gig because it paid the most. And I showed up to my gig and there was a lock on the door. There's nobody there. And I was like, what is going on? And I found out that, that they were closed, or maybe I can't remember. Something happened. I didn't get my money. Let's put it that way. I've had a couple of times where I showed up and there were locks on the door. That was the beginning of my performing and traveling to bars. So this one, sorry, I went off on a different tangent. This one, they double booked me and they called me like the day of to tell me that's it. And I called to talk to the owner, and I was going to let him have it. And I did. This was many years of unskilled behavior ago. I let him have it. And then at the end of my rant, he said, you're absolutely right. And you see, I let him have it because I took it personal. He did it to me. And at the end of my rant, he said, you're absolutely right. Since my dad died unexpectedly last month, I've kind of let things fall through the cracks. Oh, yikes. You mean it wasn't about me? You mean he was being strong and quiet and I had no idea how bad he was hurting? You mean something else happened that had nothing to do with me? Another brilliant example, I've asked permission to share this over and over the years, was when I was co-pastoring with Reverend Renee LaBoa, and she was singing. She was trained operatically and just has these pipes on her, right? Can really project. And she was singing this song, and a lady started wincing and grabbing her ear, and then finally grabbed both ears and left. And she was tore up about it for the week. And she was like, I can't believe I must have been off pitch or something. I must have sounded terrible. You said I sounded okay, but the lady left like almost in tears, like holding her ears. And the next week she came back and she said, I'm so sorry I had to leave in the middle of your beautiful song. I had these new hearing aids and I couldn't get the pitch right. Had nothing to do with the beautiful quality of Renee LaBoa's voice, which is fantastic. Right? How many times do we take things so personally that just have nothing to do with us, and we rob ourselves of the joy of this moment, this breath, this truth at the center of our being. We rob ourselves of that because we're so in fight or flight mode about somebody about to do us wrong, and it has nothing to do with us. So number 2, don't take things personally. Don't take anything personally. I'm telling you, this complaint-free challenge helps with all these, so just keep that in the forefront of your mind. And number 3, don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions that just because someone hasn't called you back, they don't like you anymore. Don't make assumptions because here's a good one. I used to, I would write, I do a lot of exclamation points in my text, and sometimes I would put capital letters. And Angie came in the room one day and she goes, "Why are you yelling at me?" And I was like, "What?" She was like holding the phone up going, "You're yelling at me." And I was like, "No, I was excited." She was like, "This is not how you type texts. People think you're yelling." Right? Don't make assumptions that someone's yelling at you, but also don't make assumptions that they understand your emoji either. Don't make assumptions that things are a certain way and make it mean that life is against you and people are against you. Choose to believe the good. Choose to look for the good. Choose to believe that people are saying amazing things about you, not the other way around, that people are loving you. Look for the love. Choose to believe. Don't make the assumption that if this happens globally or economically or politically, that disaster is going to happen over here. Choose to believe a higher idea. Be the pelican and let the air sacs of truth pop you up above that old paradigm of fear and pain and angst. Don't make assumptions that we're all doomed, right? Make assumptions that there's a global awakening and I am part of it because I am choosing to show up as a radiating center of peace. I'm choosing to show up as unconditional love. I'm choosing to show up and do my work to be impeccable with my word, to be a space that is safe for myself and for others. So 3, don't make assumptions. And 4, always do your best. When I became a minister, I was terrified. First, I was a little cocky, and then I got real terrified real quick. Because I was like, oh, I'm a minister. And then I was like, oh, God, I'm a minister. I don't know what I was doing. I was scared to death. I called my teacher. I was like, what do I do for this situation? And he said, just be love. What do I do about this situation? Just be love. What do I do about this situation? Just show up and be love. Best advice ever. Do your best. Just show up and be your authentic self, because everything that you are is the I am. And it's perfect. And it's moving through you to the degree that you uninhibit that flow. You let that flow. You let that I am presence shine forth through you as you come back. Dem, udem, udem, udem. This breath, this breath, this breath. Put breath into your life. Put breath into your prayers, please. I have so many people that have told me about their prayer and meditation practice over the years, and it feels rote and just sterile, right? Put breath, into your prayer. Put breath into your life. Step out of the routine, even when it comes to your affirmative prayer. Step out of the routine, even when it comes to your affirmations or your complaint-free challenge. Step out of the routine and be in that place of breath, where we feel and know and recognize that right here, right now, I know there's only one. That divine presence of love and intelligence. As I breathe, I release anything and everything that came before this moment. I release any pattern within me that aligned and allowed anything less than divine perfection. And I open and I surrender into the truth that I am here to be a sanctuary, a safe space, a love, a presence that is the I am shining through. Thank you, God. I say yes to that. Say yes with me. And so it is.
I'm coming out of this long night's journey into the day, and I'm not afraid anymore to look in the mirror, wipe all the tears off of my face, and sadness fades. I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am. Too many years I spent putting square pegs in circular holes, and I didn't know myself. Why would I come here to live a life stuck in a mold and be bought and sold? and soul, and the pain, it just goes away. I'm out in a new world as a creation, perfect and whole, in loving flow. I am ready to be who I came here to be. I am ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am ready to be. I am ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am. I am the I am. I am. I am. I am. I am the 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 I am. I am. I am the I am. I am ready to be who I came here to
Kids, we see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we love you just the way that you are. Divine love, moving through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the good in my life. I just want to say thank you to everyone for continuing to support Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening with your tithes and your offerings. We appreciate you, and we tithe back where we feel spiritually fed as a community. On any money that comes in, we give 10% to where we as a community have been spiritually fed. So thank you for continuing to be in that dance of reciprocity with us. I'd also like to thank, again this morning, Monique Gordon for sharing the reading, Joanne Havlin for organizing those readings. If you'd like to be one of our readers, reach out to Joanne and she will get you on the list. And thank you, Laura Berman. I love you. Thank you for being part of my daily spiritual practice. Pretty much, I listen to you all the time, and I'm so grateful to be able to share your music this morning. So thank you for your tithes and offerings. And let's just know together that we live in a dance of reciprocity, that as we give, we prove our faith and an inexhaustible supply. So know this with me. There is one power and one presence, only one. I have one source, and that source is God, the good. And it gives out of itself to its creation, its continual flow. It never runs out. And so I engage that flow. As I give, I receive. So I give from a place of love. I give from a place of gratitude. And I trust that God is my only source. And so I say thank you, God, for blessing the Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening, for blessing me, for blessing each of us in all ways, always. Thank you, God. And so it is. We live We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the love. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We love you, we bless you, and we thank you. Have a fantastic week. See you soon.